Hi guys, what is going on and welcome to today's YouTube video. In today's video we are going to discuss the current range that Bitcoin is trading in, and we are also going to discuss Ethereum. For both of them we are going to discuss the potential trade ideas that we are going to take during this week. Bitcoin we can see still range bound after this impulsive move to the downside, and personally I kinda expect us to keep on chopping around here for a bit longer. Just like we've been chopping around over here, just like we've been chopping around over here, I kinda expect Bitcoin to start chopping around once again over here. Why? Because the markets are still quite low volume. The summer is finally coming to an end, so volatility should pick up once again. But until volatility picks up, until new money is returning back into the markets, I kind of expect Bitcoin to keep hovering around over here. A lot of people are looking at this sideways price action as a potential bear flag before further continuation to the downside. And yes, that's possible. But personally, I believe that sideways movements after an impulsive move to the downside, especially when the sideways movement is occurring within this liquidity pool over here, I do kind of look at this as potential bullish accumulation. I do not think that this accumulation range has ended yet, and that is why I'm looking to trade this range until it breaks. And we can see that we have an extremely clean range with three beautiful pivots. First pivot with this wick, second pivot, and we have our third pivot. Now, interesting about this range is the fact that if we go onto the lower time frames and we are going to move ourselves to the 1 hourly time frame, is that we can see that the mid-range is being respected beautifully every single time for the Bitcoin price, right? So that is a sign that this range is definitely a valid range that we are looking at, and it's definitely beautiful to see. Another thing that we can notice on the 3 hourly time frame is the fact that we did already sweep the range low over here, but we haven't seen any sweep or any deviation above the range high, which means that currently the biggest draw on liquidity based on this range is the range high. On top of the fact that we haven't swept the range high or deviated above, we also have this untapped hour 3 fair value gap above the range high, which is why I kind of expect us to take out the range high during the upcoming week at some point. Another thing that we definitely have to notice is this big wick that we have over here, right? So we put in this big wick before we got this small impulse to the upside. Now, this wick is indicating another liquidity pool, right? Because we know that if price moves too fast and it puts in a wick like this, there's a lot of unfilled orders and there's a lot of liquidity and orders yet to get filled. And we know that these wicks tend to get filled at least for 50% and that they act as a big magnet. Now, if we're going to take the 50% level of this wick and we are going to extend this to the right, we can see that the 50% level of this wick is beautifully aligning with our range low. That is a very, very nice confluence. So the closest draw on liquidity is this unfilled wick over here. The biggest draw on liquidity is this range high area over here. So my personal plan is to get an early week dip into the range low to fill 50% of that wick, see some kind of a reversal structure, and we get a move towards our range high. This is a beautiful potential day trade scenario for the Bitcoin price for the upcoming week. Now, let's continue with Ethereum, because Ethereum, yes, it looks quite similar compared to Bitcoin, but Ethereum did already sweep that range high area. So if we're going to move ourselves to the 2 hourly time frame, we can see that we had this liquidity buildup over here, right, with these unswept highs. And we can see that currently Ethereum did sweep all of those highs. It did sweep the range high already. So that draw on liquidity is gone, right? So we can also see with this sweep, we tapped into this hour 4 fair value gap over here. And ever since then, we have seen a bit of a move to the downside. In my opinion, the range on Ethereum isn't as clean as on Bitcoin, but I do think that the range low is pretty clean because we have this wick over here, right? So we take the bottom of that wick and we can see that the hour 1 candle close are exactly holding on to that wick over here. So I do think that we do have a clean range high and a clean range low. The only problem here is the fact that for Ethereum, we have already seen a sweep of the range high and we have already seen a sweep of the range low, right? That doesn't necessarily mean that we cannot trade this range just like for Bitcoin until it breaks, okay? So also for Ethereum, quite a clean range to go off with a range high, with a range low. Only problem here is that I do not really see the respect of the mid-range as we are seeing on Bitcoin, okay? So yes, it does get respected a few times, but not as clean as on Bitcoin, okay? So over here, there was definitely some respect. Now we are below the mid-range, which is bearish. As long as we are below the mid-range, I do expect us to take out these equal lows over here. I think there's plenty of liquidity beneath these equal lows. A lot of people will be looking to long this imbalanced area over here, right? Personally, I would only be looking for longs around the range low. So if we do get a dip towards range low, you can look for potential longs over here, stop below this wick. Target is the range high, which offers a very, very nice RR of approximately 3.46. Very clean range on both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like I said, personally, I expect a little bit more chop. I expect a little bit more people to get extremely frustrated until volatility starts picking up again towards the end of the year, towards fall. If you guys do have any questions after watching this YouTube video, please let me know in the comments down below. Also, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and join the free Discord. The link can be found in the description down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll speak to you guys on Wednesday's video. Ciao, ciao!